This is how my D&D party used their time during the one-shot that I ran last night. Starting at about 8%, the party began in their adventuring guild hall, and so we began by pre-gaming the adventure. The party had their own brew of mead in the guild hall, and there was a dwarf in the party, so we had to make sure we were in the proper state of mind to go on an adventure. The party was then invited to a museum by Gimblepip the gnome, and we spent the next 5% of our session intimidating Gimblepip the gnome into giving them free entrance into the museum. Granted, he was asking them to come to the museum to fix a problem in the museum, so it's kind of on him for asking them to pay to get into the museum. Our next large chunk here at about 30%, we've got wandering around the museum and waking up various mimics that have been replacing the items in the museum. I'm actually just realizing I forgot a pie chunk here. We're gonna make a little extra pie chunk here. This is murdering 3 random people in the museum. They found 3 random people trying to rob the inn during the chaos, and they just went ahead and threw acid on them and shot them and threw an axe at them. After waking up all the mimics and bonking these people, we had our epic boss fight. The boss fight for the session was a skeletal dragon that was actually a mimic replicating a fossil of a dragon in the museum. During this fight, they found out that Gimblepip the gnome who had hired them, was actually not on the up and up with his business dealings. So the next 20% of our session was spent beating the crap out of Gimblepip the gnome. They cornered him in the ticket office and really just absolutely went to town on Gimblepip, which fair enough. Speaking of the business not being on the up and up, our next 8% here is stealing from the nonprofit museum. Gimblepip was committing charity fraud, and so they went ahead and just helped themselves to all the money that he had been siphoning. So I'm not quite sure how the party feels like they have the moral high ground on this one, but I'm not one to question it. And I suppose to ensure that they felt like they had the moral high ground, they spent the last 12% of the session reporting Gimblepip to the IRS. The session ended before they found out the consequences of Gimblepip going to the IRS, but I am going to have a court hearing for Gimblepip and text everybody the results of Gimblepip's court hearing with the IRS after the fact. So this is